Hey guys, it's Squeaky Baby, and I just released a tank review on the Comet, but the games just keep coming in. This, I feel, is worthwhile of an individual video. Hopefully I can give you guys some insight into how this game went down. Now, you'll know if you watched my full quick tank review on the Comet that I strongly value the D4 location at the start of this game. So I'm going to continue to play quite aggressively at the beginning. So we've spotted 3 tanks, and oh my word, just got hit by a Nashorn, one of the most dangerous tier 6 tank destroyers that you're going to get shot at. We wedge ourselves in here. We knew where the shot came from because of the indicator, the shot indicator. So we're going to stay there until we remain hidden. Now we're going to try and keep some view up on those people. We're going to keep them spotted, because as you can see, we have quite a few tanks up on the ridgeline above us. We're now beginning to nail that T-25 too. After we've done the initial spot, it's time to hide again. Now that he's unspotted, let's try and get some more spotting done on him. Unfortunately, we can't actually see him any longer. So you don't have that much time to win the game inside your assault games. So I really want to push the tempo. I just got spotted, pull back, put a shot off on the K1S, and then angle my armor in. And here comes a Cromwell. Fortunately, our first shot misses. We put the next one into his track, turning him. We've got our armor slightly angled to protect ourselves from any of his shots. Now we're going to start firing shots at 667 meters at that Panzerfahr. Some of the longest range shots that you can do physically in the game. Because obviously the 500 meters maximum render distance is a square. Meaning that you can actually see slightly beyond 500 meters, but only directly northeast of you, or southeast of you, or southwest, or northeast respectively. So now we're going to try and make some gunning on this BDR. That was a bit of a mistake there. I had a really good angle on my armor, and it would have been lucky for him to penetrate me. You saw that I jinked just too much, which probably angled my side armor at 45 degrees, which then meant that the BDR was able to penetrate us. However, you know, a BDR, it's 2 tiers below me. I need to keep some pressure up on him. And thankfully for us, he seems very preoccupied in shooting the T-3485. So we're able to feather the outline of his tank. And unlike the very similar game that you might have just seen if you saw my full review on the Comet, we've lost the northeast. Looks like we've invested all of our forces in the southwest. And the enemies must have been playing a good game in that northeast part, as they decimated our team. Until I fire there, the Panzerfahr H did not spot us. He still hasn't seen us until our last shot enters his tank. And oh my word, T-29, one of the most dangerous tanks you could ever want to meet at tier 7. Luckily for us, these guys don't seem too fussed about us. More interested in the T-3485 and their tunnel visioning. And that allows us to use our fantastic DPM in the Comet to put round after round into the side of that VK. I'm in a very sticky situation now. I'm trying to help out this T-3485. We put one into the Panther. Second one just misses. There's some rocks making it very tricky to get those shots. I knock over that tree, which might give a bit of intel to the enemy about my position. You should try and avoid knocking down all trees, of course, but let's slip on that one. So right now, what I'm hoping that I can do is fight off these 4 enemy tanks that are located all the way around me, allowing my team to hopefully push into the base from the west, because scores are fairly even now. We're only down by 1 tank. Now, what I'm thinking right now, is that the T-29 and the VK might be flanking around me. So I'm going to pop out and use this push. Lo and behold, I would have been right. We managed to take out the VK without taking any damage because our track absorbed the shot. I'm going to quickly get the rear of my tank against this rock so that we do not take any fire, because that Jagdpanther is still around somewhere. And now we're actually up. We're a tank ahead. And oh gosh, that Nashorn made a really good ambush on us. I want to get away from him. Looking back on this, I probably could have put one shot into him before I did so. But I feel I'd rather have him advance at me. He respots us. I'm not getting shot, which means the Jagdpanther must have continued to go west. This Nashorn makes his way around, plants a good shot into my tank, but luckily for me, my rate of fire is good enough to take him out. And I think he really got surprised at the rate of fire of the Comet there. We're able to do 327 damage to him very quickly. This game is certainly on. That T-29 has managed to help out that western flank, taking out that KV-1. And the Black Prince is doing a fantastic job of holding the base. Now, I've been reduced to a fraction of my health. But luckily, we have a fantastic opportunity here. Look at this. The side of a Black Prince. He's very much focused on the A44 he's engaged with. And we can hopefully help out this A44 to take out this Black Prince. Yes, we just about get him. Securing the 5th kill, doing 589 damage fairly rapidly to that Black Prince. Now there's a T-29 in the open, but unfortunately for us, he's on full health. We're trying to keep the gun singing. We managed to put 3 shots into him consecutively. That last one was a slight donkey shot, though. I'm feeling the pressure right now. The fact that the enemy have got some very healthy, dangerous tanks. And I could get sneezed on and die. So my immediate idea is to try and put pressure on the cap. But the A44 and the KV-1S on my team have no interest in capping, and they rush blindly into the open towards the T-29. I'm really not sure if that was the right idea. And now I'm thinking, holy moly, how am I ever going to win this one? I've been spotted, probably by the Tiger P who's been advancing, or alternatively it could be the T-29. So, that bush looks like a fantastic opportunity to use my 12 degrees of gun depression. I need to get shooting my opponents while they advance. I have to try and engage them one by one. But unfortunately for me, we're assaulting, and so there's only 2 minutes left in the game. If this was a standard battle, I would be using all of my speed to try and flank, and probably try and catch the Tiger P while he's by himself, and try and engage the enemies one by one. However, I'm playing for the win. Got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. And here comes the Jagdpanther. Put our first round into him. And our second. We need to dodge one of his shots. I'm trying to bait his shots and we bounce it. Oh no, we didn't quite have the kill there on that Jagdpanther. I considered going all the way round. The Jagdpanther is charging me. And I feel that I'm going to have my best chance to get him right there. So now we've got a minute left. I decided that I wanted to put pressure on them. I thought maybe I could do 2,000 damage in the remaining minute if I penetrated every single shot. And unfortunately, my luck ran out. Literally, the enemies had, wow, the enemies had 1,700 health. Well, sorry, 1,800 health remaining between them. To be able to kill both the enemies with 1 minute remaining, I would have to literally be going full auto and probably either get an ammo rack or a fire to be able to win there. As it was an assault, there was no way for me to draw this situation, so I decided that I would rather go down swinging than run away and simply secure my tank and keep it alive but still be defeated. So looking back on this game, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I specifically did wrong. I think I lost quite a lot of health too early. I think if I had remained a little bit more safe in D4, maybe not got shot by that BDR. I did take a couple of hits from the Nashorn, which are a little weak, But apart from that, I generally kept my gun singing, and we did a significant amount of damage to the enemies. I think if our KV-1 and our A44 had not left the cap circle and ran completely out into the open, selling their lives very cheaply there at the end, we might have had a chance. But really, 1v3 with only 2 or 3 minutes left on the game, where you have a slither of health, really puts you at a massive disadvantage. And I would have had to have the similar kind of luck that you saw Rambo have in his Cromwell. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the post-game stats. So that was a 2,365 experience defeat. That's 1,577 base experience for the defeat there. It was rather painful. This battle was just a couple of days before I released my quick tank review, hence why it didn't make it into it. But hopefully it showed you a little more of why I love the Comet and how I savor these kind of games. I love tricky situations. When World of Tanks throws you a challenge, for me, that's where I feel that you can do the most learning. To outthink and outplay your enemies. And I gave it my best shot here, but I just wasn't quite good enough. One thing I'd like to touch on quickly is that I've been really enjoying playing the assault mode, which I recently re-enabled after I found that the confrontation was a bit of a disappointment for me. The assault game mode has added like another fresh look at World of Tanks for me. Added more variety and put more challenges into the game. And if you haven't played the assault mode in quite a while, I definitely recommend that you consider re-enabling it just for a little bit. But if you're going to do so, make sure you definitely approach it from the point of view of, I just want to add some variety in, and maybe I can go and pick up a few new tips. For me personally, it's emphasized the importance of some locations of the map that I did not respect earlier. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and it was remotely useful to you. I'm trying to give you guys as much of my thinking towards the late game as possible. As much as it helps me to go and review my games where I feel like, oh, it was this close, but we didn't quite manage it. I think in this game, we had done so much fighting to put our team in an advantageous position where we effectively had 3 tanks in the enemy base, and then just to rush out and assault them. I don't think it's quite going to work. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider rating it down below, and let me know what you think specifically about the assault mode. Have you currently got assault disabled? If so, why have you got it disabled? I personally had assault disabled for nearly a year, but I've turned it back on and I've been enjoying it quite a lot recently. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.